Good afternoon to the Makah community. Today's Friday, October 23rd, 2020. This is the Makah Tribe's COVID-19 Pandemic Response Update. My name is TJ Green, Chairman for the Makah Tribal Council, and this message is brought to you on behalf of the entire Council. Vice Chairman Keith Johnson Sr., Treasurer Patrick DePoe, Councilman John Ida Sr., and Councilman George Jad Bochop. I want to thank the Makah community for its tremendous efforts in abiding by the health protocols that we've had in place throughout most of this year and keeping us at a very, very low rate and risk of the COVID-19 virus presence in our community. Do want to go over a few things. We've been in phase 3 for over a week now, and what that means is that there's small indoor gatherings are allowed as long as personal protection is used, i.e. face masks, if that gathering involves people outside of your household and pod. Also, outdoor gatherings of any size are allowed as well, so long as social distancing and masks are worn during those gatherings. So there is still, certainly we are still in a pandemic. There's still a threat of the COVID virus entering our community. So when you travel, please travel safely. Please use all the precautions that we have been advising on, washing your hands and wearing masks in public spaces and around others, limiting your time indoors around people that are not members of your household or your pod are very key things to do. Everyone's been doing an incredible job of that, and we've been able to keep our community safe. And as we head in toward the winter, we're in the fall time now, and the threats are rising in around the country in different areas. And so we want to be cognizant of that. We want to pay attention to those things. And when we do have to travel, if we have to travel out of state into some of these areas, we want to use precautions. So I'm going to share my screen and just show a couple things that we have going on in the community here. Might take me a second. So this week, this was an update from this week that was put out on October 20th. The Small Business Relief Grant is now closed. The funds have been exhausted in that program, as is the Makah Artist Assistance Program. The Elder Stipend, the council has approved an additional $500 elder stipend for enrolled Makah elders 65 and older who reside on the reservation. Those checks will be going out today, the 23rd of October. This is in addition to the check for October. So you'll have an additional October check for your elder stipend. We have additionally approved a youth benefit. The Makah Tribal Council has approved an additional $500 payment for enrolled Makah youth 17 years and younger who reside on the reservation. The pay date by deposit or check is November 20th for that benefit. And then when we also have postponed food box distribution, that they weren't distributed this week. You may have noticed if you missed this announcement, the food boxes were not distributed this week, but they will be distributed next Thursday, October 29th, beginning approximately 2 p.m. And that time can change depending on the delivery and those those travel times that are in play with the delivery of those food boxes. These benefits are in addition to the already approved benefits regarding food security. Council approved a food security benefit to extend through December of 2020. Today you should have received either a direct deposit or you will be receiving a check as of today for your food security. That's a $500 check for food security. We'll also have that benefit will be provided in November as well. And then in December, that benefit will be $1,000. So there's a $500 benefit for food security that's going out right now for October. There'll be one a $500 benefit in November, and then a $1,000 benefit in December for enrolled tribal members 18 and up who reside on the reservation. I want to take a quick look here at our health protocols. This is available on the Sophie Tredevick Indian Health Center website. And just so people, if you don't have access to this in any other way and haven't seen this yet, we are in phase 3. Phase 3 shows that outdoor gatherings of any size and small indoor gatherings of 10 or less are allowed while avoiding close contact outside of your household group, or pod. What's really important with these health protocols, and our health professionals have given this a lot of thought and ran it through a lot of channels, is that during all phases, these items over here on the left are essential to help keeping us safe. And like I said early on, this is something that we've been very good at in the community, and I want to encourage that we continue doing that because the pandemic is still going on all around us and is on the uprise in a lot of places around the country, and Washington State is seeing some increases in some areas. So it's always safest to stay home, especially for priority individuals and those that are at a high risk or serious illness. It's important to wear a mask or face covering when around others outside of your household group. Staying at least 6 feet away from those outside your household group is essential, and certainly sanitation, washing your hands regularly, using soap and water or hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Certainly stay home and away from others if you're feeling sick. Call down to the Sophie Tredevick Indian Health Center and schedule a time to be seen, and follow those protocols to be seen down there. And as always, if there's any risks that become that change within our community, we will change our phases immediately to protect our health above all. I do want to also mention that the next Makah Tribal Council agenda meeting is scheduled for November 2nd at 9 a.m. There'll be information and links posted so that tribal members can join that the council agenda meeting. But it's important that you try to make your name available to that. You can contact the general manager's office and sign up for those meetings, or through the tribal secretary can get your name attached to those meetings as well. And what we want to make sure is that those meetings are only available for tribal members. And so that's the reason we're trying to encourage people to sign up. But certainly when we start the meeting, I'll be, as I did at the last one, I'll be making sure I can identify everybody on that call. And if you are joining and are not a tribal member and cannot be identified, I'll have to disconnect that line. So that's to ensure that our tribal business remains just our tribal business. Also, with our elections, we'll be having an announcement, likely by toward the end of next week, on exactly how those elections are going to work. It's not going to be. It's a nomination meeting that is scheduled in November. That's November 17th. We're going to split that process up into a couple different days, and so what we'll do is have a certification process. The details of that are still being worked out, so I don't have them all, but there'll be a certification process for candidates. They will be certified by the election board, and the person that is nominating them, there'll be a certification process for that person as well, that they are, that they're eligible to do the nomination, being an eligible voter, and that the person running is eligible as well. And that will be done by the board in some type of in-person, a small in-person process. And that will likely be the Friday before the 17th. I think that's actually Friday the 13th. So on Friday the 13th, there'll be a process where those wishing to be nominated will have to be certified by the board. and an enrollment officer, and then you'll have the weekend to do some campaigning following the health protocols, and then on Monday we'll have a drive-through walk-up process um, that keeps everyone safe and keeps people socially distanced to where the voting will take place, and that will be not on Monday. I'm sorry, on Tuesday the 17th, not on Monday. Excuse me for that. But on Tuesday, November 17th, there will be a process where you vote from 8 to 5 in a drive-up or walk-up process. So the details of that will be posted toward the end of next week, and hopefully we'll have everything figured out. So the election board met this week to work on some of those details with the administration. I want to thank everybody for all of their efforts. And as always, take care of your neighbor, take care of your families and your elders, and everyone stay safe. And thank you for all of your dedicated efforts. Shoot.